Teaser: the debt collector's voice cuts through the hospital break room like a blade. 63 million won. Miss Cole, we can garnish your wages, or you can work out a payment plan today. Naomi's hands shake around her cold coffee. She's about to lose everything: her apartment, her work visa, maybe her sanity, until the hospital administrator walks in with paperwork that says her debt never existed. There must be a mistake, Naomi whispers. No mistake. The woman's smile is knowing, almost pitying. Someone very powerful just made your problem disappear. 3 months earlier, the surgery resident is screaming, "Where the hell is my patient's chart?" I said, "Stat. Not whenever you feel like it." Naomi keeps her voice steady, professional, even though her heart hammers against her ribs. "Dr. Kim, I brought it 10 minutes ago. It's on the counter beside. Don't tell me where things are in my operating room." His face is red, spit flying. The surgical team looks away, embarrassed. This is the 3rd time this week he's targeted her, the only black surgical nurse on the floor. Maybe in America you people do things differently, but in Korea, we have standards. You people. Naomi's jaw tightens. She came to Seoul National University Hospital on a prestigious nursing exchange program, top of her class at Howard University, fluent in medical Korean. She's good at her job. Exceptional, even. But Dr. Kim sees her skin before he sees her credentials. "The chart is on the counter," she repeats quietly. "Exactly where you asked me to put it." She walks out before he can respond. In the staff bathroom, she splashes cold water on her face and counts to 10, then 20. Then she stops counting and lets herself feel it. The exhaustion, the loneliness, the suffocating weight of being constantly judged, constantly wrong. Her phone buzzes. A text from her mother in Atlanta. "How's my successful daughter? Your aunt says hi?" Naomi can't tell her mother the truth. Can't admit that Seoul feels like a beautiful cage, that she's drowning in medical debt from her father's funeral last year, that she works double shifts just to keep her head above water. She types back, "Everything's great. Love you." Another lie to add to the collection. "Nurse Cole." Naomi turns. The voice is male, unfamiliar. A man in an impeccably tailored black suit stands in the hallway outside the bathroom, which is odd, because this is a staff-only floor. He's Korean, mid-30s maybe, with the kind of face that makes people stare. Sharp features, dark eyes that miss nothing, an air of authority that makes her instinctively straighten her spine. "Can I help you?" she asks. Visitor access is, "I'm not a visitor." His English is perfect, barely accented. "I'm Kang Ji-hoon. I need to speak with you about a private matter." "I'm working. It's about your father's medical debt." Naomi's blood goes cold. "How do you know about that?" "I make it my business to know things." He gestures down the hallway, away from the bathrooms. "Walk with me." Every instinct screams danger. But he mentioned her father, the debt that's been crushing her for 13 months. She follows. They walk to an empty consultation room. Ji-hoon closes the door, doesn't sit, just stands there watching her with those unreadable dark eyes. "Your father died at this hospital," he says. "Stage 4 pancreatic cancer. You were with him for 72 hours straight. The nurses told me you never left his side. Who are you really?" Naomi's voice shakes. "Someone who values loyalty." He pulls an envelope from his jacket. "You owe 63 million won. The hospital is threatening to sue. Your visa status becomes complicated if you're involved in legal proceedings. I'm making payments. Payments that will take you 9 years to complete." He sets the envelope on the table between them. "I'm offering to clear the debt. Completely." Naomi stares at the envelope like it might explode. In exchange for what? Nothing. Nobody gives away 63 million won for nothing. Something almost like. A smile crosses his face. "Smart. I like that." He leans against the door, casual but somehow still commanding. "The truth? I've been watching you. The way you work. The way you treat patients, even when you're exhausted. Dr. Kim disrespects you daily, but you never compromise patient care. That's rare. You've been watching me? For 6 weeks. Since you stayed late to hold Mrs. Park's hand while she died, even though your shift ended hours earlier. Even though she had no family, no one who would know or care that you were kind to her." Naomi's throat tightens. Mrs. Park, the elderly woman in room 408. She died alone otherwise, and Naomi couldn't let that happen. "That doesn't explain why you'd pay my debt. Consider it an investment." Ji-hoon's eyes are intense, burning. "I'm building something. I need people I can trust. People with integrity. Building what? Let's start with clearing your debt. Then we'll talk about the rest. He pushes the envelope toward her. No strings. No contracts. Just a gift from someone who recognizes value when he sees it. Naomi opens the envelope. Inside is a certified bank check for the full amount, plus an additional 20 million won. The extra is for living expenses, Ji-hoon says. So you can stop working triple shifts. So you can breathe. I can't accept this. You can. You will. He moves toward the door, pauses with his hand on the handle. One more thing. Dr. Kim won't bother you anymore. What does that mean? But Ji-hoon is already gone, leaving Naomi alone with a check that represents her freedom and absolutely no idea what she's just agreed to. Dr. Kim doesn't show up for his shift the next morning, or the morning after that. By the third day, rumors flood the surgical floor. He's been transferred to a rural hospital in Gangwon province. Immediate reassignment. No explanation. Naomi knows it's connected to Ji-hoon. She just doesn't know how. The debt payment clears in 48 hours. The hospital administrator personally calls to confirm her account is settled, her record clean. The woman's voice is strangely respectful, almost deferential, completely different from their previous interactions. Is there anything else we can do for you, Nurse Cole? No, thank you. I'm fine. But she's not fine. She's terrified. Someone that powerful, someone who can make problems disappear with a phone call, doesn't give away money without expecting something in return. She avoids Ji-hoon for 2 weeks, changes her routes through the hospital, takes different breaks, keeps her head down. It doesn't matter. He finds her anyway. This time, it's in the hospital parking garage at midnight. Naomi's walking to her car after a 14-hour shift when the black Mercedes pulls up beside her. The back window rolls down. Get in, Ji-hoon says. I'm going home. I know. I'm giving you a ride. I have a car, which has a check engine light that's been on for 3 weeks. Get in, Naomi. The use of her first name feels intimate, presumptuous. She should refuse. Should run. Instead, she gets in the car. The interior smells like leather and something expensive. Cologne, maybe, or just the scent of wealth. Ji-hoon sits on the opposite seat, perfect posture, watching her. You've been avoiding me, he says. I've been working. You're afraid of me. I'm cautious around people who make doctors disappear. He actually smiles at that, a real smile that transforms his face from handsome to devastating. Dr. Kim wasn't disappeared. He was relocated. There's a difference. Why? Because he disrespected you. Because I don't tolerate that. Naomi's pulse quickens. You can't just rearrange people's lives because they were rude to me. I can do exactly that. His voice is matter of fact, not boastful. Do you know who I am, Naomi? Really? Some kind of businessman? I own this hospital, and 4 others in Seoul, along with substantial real estate, import businesses, and, he pauses, various other interests. The air leaves Naomi's lungs. You own SNUH. Controlling share. Acquired it 3 years ago through a shell corporation. Very few people know. He leans forward slightly. You're working for me. You've been working for me since you arrived. Why tell me now? Because I want you to understand what's happening between us. Nothing is happening between us. You paid my debt. I'm grateful, but you think this is some kind of transaction. His eyes are dark, burning. It's not. I cleared your debt because the thought of you suffering kept me awake at night. I moved Dr. Kim because watching him belittle you made me want to destroy his career completely, and I showed restraint. Naomi's mouth goes dry. That's crazy. Yes. He doesn't look away. I've been called worse. But I'm not crazy about you. I'm obsessed with you. There's a difference. You don't even know me. I know you sing to yourself in Korean when you prep surgical trays, practicing pronunciation. I know you send half your paycheck to your mother in Atlanta and lie about how hard things are here. I know you cry in your car on Tuesday nights because that's when your father died, and you still haven't processed it. Naomi's eyes sting. How? I told you. I've been watching. I know everything about you, Naomi Cole, and I want you in my life. Permanently. As what? Some kind of mistress? Anger flashes across his features. As my wife. The word hangs between them like a bomb. You're insane, Naomi whispers. Probably. But I'm also completely serious. He pulls out another envelope. This man and his envelopes. Marriage contract. 1 year, minimum. You live in my penthouse, attend events with me, play the devoted wife. In return, I clear all remaining family debts, set up a trust fund for your mother, and pay you 500 million won at the end of the term. Why would you possibly need a fake wife? Because the hospital board wants stability. Because my family has been pressuring me to settle down. Because Korean business culture still values traditional appearances. He sets the envelope on the seat between them. But mostly, because I want you close. Where I can see you. Where you're safe. Safe from what? His expression darkens. From the people who would use you against me once they realize what you mean to me. I don't mean anything to you. We're strangers. Read the contract. Think about it. You have 48 hours. The car pulls up in front of her apartment building, which she never told him. Of course he knows where she lives. Naomi grabs the envelope, her hands shaking. And if I say no, then I respect your decision and disappear from your life. His voice softens. But I hope you don't. I hope you take a chance on this, on me. She gets out of the car, clutching the envelope. That night, she reads the contract. It's thorough, professional, almost cold in its precision. Except for one clause, handwritten at the bottom. Addendum. The above terms represent the legal framework. The personal truth is simpler. I will protect you, provide for you, and give you space to heal. All I ask is that you let me try to make you happy. Naomi doesn't sleep. 48 hours later, she signs the contract. The penthouse overlooks all of Seoul, glass and steel, and views that steal her breath. Your room. Ji-hoon opens a door to a bedroom suite larger than her entire apartment. Everything you need is here. Staff arrives at 6. We'll need to appear, together, when they're present. Together, Naomi repeats. Intimate. Convincing. Color touches his cheekbones. I won't touch you without permission. But they need to believe this is real. He's already walking away, putting distance between them. The first month is surreal. Ji-hoon leaves before dawn, returns after midnight. Sometimes she hears him on the phone, speaking rapid Korean in a voice cold enough to freeze blood. He's kind to her in small, careful ways. Her favorite foods appear in the kitchen. Her bathroom fills with products for her hair. A new laptop shows up on her desk. But he barely speaks to her. It's like living with a ghost who pays attention to everything but refuses to be seen. Until the night she finds him bleeding. It's 2 a.m. Naomi can't sleep, wanders to the kitchen for water. Ji-hoon is there, dress, shirt half unbuttoned, pressing a towel against his ribs. Blood seeps through the white fabric. Oh my God. She's moving before she thinks. Nurse training kicking in. What happened? Business disagreement. It's nothing. But he's pale, sweating. Sit down. Now. She uses her surgical voice, the one that makes residents obey. Ji-hoon sits. Naomi peels back the towel. Deep laceration, needs stitches. You need a hospital. I need you. His eyes meet hers. Can you do it? Here, she should refuse. Should insist on proper medical care. Instead, she finds herself nodding. I'll get supplies. He directs her to a locked cabinet in his study, fully stocked with surgical supplies, like he's done this before. Many times before. She works in silence, cleaning the wound, numbing the area, stitching with steady hands. Ji-hoon watches her face the entire time, doesn't flinch once. Who did this? She asks quietly. Rival family. They think I'm weak because I married a foreigner. Because I show preference for you. So this is my fault. No. His hand covers hers, stopping her mid-stitch. This is the cost of my world. You didn't create it. What exactly is your world, Ji-hoon? He's quiet for a long moment. Then, my family has controlled territory in Seoul for 3 generations. Hospitals, real estate, shipping, all legitimate fronts for money laundering, protection operations, information brokering. I inherited the business at 25 when my father was killed. I've spent 10 years consolidating power. You're a criminal. Yes. No shame, just fact. And now you're married to one. Naomi finishes the stitches, bandages him carefully. You should have told me before I signed. Would you have said yes? No. Exactly. He catches her hand before she can pull away. But you're here now. And you're stitching me up instead of running. That tells me something. It tells you I'm a nurse. I help people, even stupid criminals who get stabbed. His laugh is rough, surprised. I've missed this. Talking to you. I stayed away because I didn't want to pressure you. But God, I've missed your voice. Something in Naomi's chest cracks open. I thought you were avoiding me because you regretted this. Never. His thumb traces her knuckles. I kept my distance because every time I see you, I want things I have no right to want. Conversations. Laughter. The sound of you singing in the shower. I want normal, and I've never had normal. Ji-hoon, I'm falling for you. The confession sounds torn from him. I know it's too soon, too fast, too much. But I've been watching you for months, and living with you is torture because you're right there and I can't. He cuts himself off. Naomi's heart hammers. Can't what? Can't hold you. Can't tell you about my day. Can't be the man you deserve instead of the criminal you're stuck with. She makes a decision. Leans forward. Kisses him softly. Ji-hoon goes completely still. Then his hand comes up to cup her face, gentle, reverent. This is a terrible idea, he whispers against her lips. The worst, she agrees. They talk through the night. He tells her everything. The territorial disputes, the fragile alliances, the violence he's committed to maintain control. She tells him about growing up in Atlanta, her father's illness, the loneliness of being foreign in Korea. I don't want to be a liability to you, she finally says. If people are already using me as a weakness, you're not a weakness. You're the line I won't let anyone cross. His voice is steel. Let them try. Let them learn what happens when they threaten what's mine. That's very possessive. I'm a possessive man. No apology. But I'll never cage you. If you want to leave, truly wanna, I'll let you go. I'll hate it, but I'll do it. Naomi thinks about the contract, the money, the careful distance he's maintained. You really would, wouldn't you? Your happiness matters more than my obsession. What if they're the same thing? She takes his hand. What if I'm falling too? His breath catches. Then we figure this out together. The real way, not the contract way. They do. Over the following weeks, Ji-hoon teaches her about his world, the players, the politics, the dangers. Naomi insists on continuing her nursing work, but at a private clinic Ji-hoon owns, with security that makes her roll her eyes. I'm not fragile, she tells him. I know, but I'm terrified anyway. He pulls her close. You're the first good thing I've had in years. I won't lose you. The crisis comes on a Thursday. Naomi's at the clinic when men in suits arrive. Not Ji-hoon's men. She knows his people. These are strangers with hard eyes and practiced smiles. Mrs. Calm. The leader says in accented English. You'll come with us. A message for your husband. Her security detail steps forward. The confrontation is brief, professional. The strangers leave, but their message is clear. She's a target now. Ji-hoon arrives within 10 minutes, face carved from ice. He checks her over, hands shaking slightly. They didn't touch me, Naomi assures him. They came for you. That's enough. He's already on the phone, rapid Korean. When he hangs up, his expression is terrifying. Pack a bag. We're leaving Seoul for a few days. Running, strategizing. There's a difference. They go to Jeju Island, to a private estate overlooking black sand beaches. Ji-hoon spends hours on phone calls, arranging moves in the chess game of Seoul's underworld. On the second night, he finds Naomi on the terrace. It's handled, he says. The family that sent those men has been convinced that you're untouchable. How convinced? Very. His smile is sharp. I may have acquired leverage on their shipping operations, and their son's gambling debts, and photographic evidence of certain indiscretions. You fight dirty. I fight to win, especially when it's about you. He pulls her against his chest. I'm sorry. I knew this life was dangerous, but I didn't expect them to move so fast. I'm okay, Ji-hoon. We're okay. Are we? His voice drops. This contract ends in 8 months. You could walk away with enough money to start over anywhere. Why would you stay with a criminal in a dangerous world? Naomi turns in his arms. Because you're not just a criminal. You're a man who cried at his grandmother's funeral, who anonymously funds nursing scholarships for foreign students, who learned to cook my favorite foods because you wanted to take care of me. You knew about the cooking? I've seen the cookbook with notes in your handwriting. She smiles. You're not as mysterious as you think. He kisses her, deep and sure. I love you. Completely. Inconveniently. I want to rip up that contract and write something real. Like what? Like vows. Like forever. He pulls a small box from his pocket. Inside is a ring. Simple, beautiful, clearly chosen with care. Marry me again. For real this time. No contracts, no terms. Just us. Naomi's eyes fill. You're asking me to choose this life. Permanently. I'm asking you to choose me. The life comes with it, unfortunately. But I swear I'll protect you. I'll give you everything I have. His voice breaks slightly. I'll love you until my last breath. She thinks about the girl who came to Seoul alone, drowning in debt and loneliness. The woman she's become, stronger, fiercer, loved. Yes, she whispers. To all of it. To the real marriage. To the dangerous life. To you. They marry a month later in a private ceremony. Naomi wears traditional white. Ji-hoon wears a suit that costs more than a car. Her mother flies in from Atlanta, shocked but supportive. Ji-hoon's family attends with varying degrees of approval. His younger sister loves Naomi immediately. His uncle maintains cold politeness. Give them time, Ji-hoon whispers during the reception. They'll learn you're not going anywhere. 2 years later, Naomi runs a nurses' advocacy program, fighting for fair treatment of foreign medical workers in Korea. It's funded by Ji-hoon's legitimate businesses, and she's fierce, unstoppable. She's also learned to navigate his world, the dangerous alliances, the careful politics, the violence that sometimes touches their lives. She carries her own protection now, trains with his security team, refuses to be a liability. You've become terrifying, Ji-hoon tells her one morning, watching her coordinate security for a hospital workers' rights conference. I learned from the best. She kisses him quickly. Dinner at 7? Wouldn't miss it. That night, in their penthouse overlooking the city, Ji-hoon pulls her close. Do you ever regret it? He asks. Saying yes to a stranger's offer? Every day, Naomi says seriously, then smiles. I regret not saying yes faster. He laughs, the sound free and genuine. I was watching you for months before I approached. Did I ever tell you the exact moment I decided you had to be mine? Your grandmother's funeral, you said. Before that, his fingers trace her jaw. You were in the hospital parking garage, sitting in your car, crying. It was a Tuesday, your father's death anniversary. You were so tired, so alone. And I thought I could fix that. I could make sure she never feels alone again. You saved me, Naomi whispers. No, you saved me. You taught me that being powerful and being loved aren't mutually exclusive. That I could have both the empire and the home. Outside, Seoul glitters with infinite possibility. Inside, they hold each other, two people who found unexpected love in the strangest circumstances. The debt that brought them together is long gone. What remains is choice. The daily decision to love fiercely, to protect completely, to build a life that's messy and dangerous and absolutely real. Naomi still works, still fights for her causes. Ji-hoon still runs his empire, still makes enemies. But they face it together, partners in every sense. And sometimes, late at night, Ji-hoon still watches her like he did in those early days. Obsessed, devoted, utterly undone by the woman who took a chance on a stranger's offer and found home in the arms of Seoul's most dangerous man.